JoJo has fun.
Okay.
This game is
excellent.
fucking.
I can't wait.
This game is fucking awful. By the way, I hate this game. This is like the PC version of a Dreamcast game, and it's much uglier than I remember the Dreamcast version being. Also, this is another attempt at a pseudo-urban character. This is Knuckles, Kim. I don't know if you remember Knuckles from the other.
Yeah, because Knuckles, he has like fake cornrows.
Yeah, and he's got rap music playing in the background. It's cool.
Yeah.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We hope your Valentine's Day went well. It's now Saturday, so.
I hope you're walking like a old-timey cowboy.
We hope that you can't stop bending your goddamn knees when you're walking with your chaps on. Yeah.
I hope half of you have a yeast infection.
That's just going to happen anyways. I mean, they should stop trying on underwear in the Target dressing room. They just need to kind of take it home.
Look, if it doesn't have the little protector thing on it, don't try it on.
Don't try it on.
Also, if it has a protector thing on it, because other people have tried that on with the protector thing on it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is it even protecting?
It's just an extra layer of garbage that's going to infect your vagina.
Yeah. God, your poor vagina. Okay, you guys, are we ready to...
Yeah. There's a...
Chapter 2?
So we're working on the Sonic fan fiction called Sonic Fuck. Kim has read the prologue in Chapter 1 and is now moving on to Chapter 2.
Okay, so Sonic Fuck PDF by Twitter Jeff Brown. Chapter 2. Amy the Hedgehog looked out at the window at her apartment, a cozy spot on the 12th floor of a towering monolith in San Francisco's financial district. In the distance, she could see the Bay Area fog rolling in. On the street below, food vendors set up for a horde of businessmen and women who would be lunching following million-dollar meetings and mergers. The city was coming alive. God, I really need to get fucked good, thought Amy to herself. Amy sighed softly and pulled herself away from the view, bringing her attention back to the scene at hand. A loud snoring emanated from the bedroom, and a trail of various articles of clothing formed a trail from the window to her bed, leading all the way to the slumped form, tangled in silk sheets and comforters. Amy kicked at the mound of flesh and linen. Hey, Robotnik, get up. It's time for you to bounce. What? Oh, I'm excited about this. A large man rose from the sheets, easily twice the size of Amy. He shook his head and glanced around the room and then looked down at himself. What the? Oh, no, again? Robotnik stood 6'1", tall and well-dressed, head to toe, in a blue makeshift Sonic the Hedgehog costume. Faux fur covered the scientist, save his crotchal region. It says crotch, but I'm going to say crotchal.
Say crotchal.
Which had been torn open to reveal his manhood. Robotnik shook his head disdainfully. Jesus, how much did I drink last night? Amy tossed a pair of sweatpants and a hoodie at the villain. Apparently too much. You couldn't keep it up. And when he finally did manage to start packing, you came faster than tails at a science fair. You're no use to me if you can't deliver. So get your shit and get out of my apartment. This was a dynamic that I was not expecting. Robotnik tossed his blue leotard on the ground, threw on the makeshift outfit, and headed towards the door. You're one fucked up girl, Amy Rose Hedgehog. You can get mad at me all you want, but I'm not the one making booty calls and then forcing them to play dress up. Maybe you should bring in Knuckles. I hear he's packing.
And we're playing him right now. It's relevant.
Oh, yeah. There he is. Is he packing?
I don't know. Can you tell?
That's actually like a really crude stereotype of Knuckles.
Well, because he has 5 penis heads, Kim.
Okay. If one dick is enough for you, maybe 5 at the same time. Robotnik's words tailed off as Amy threw a nearby plate at his head. The scientist quickly ducked and slinked out the door with his middle finger raised. Fuck you, Amy. Amy slumped down on the ground and looked back out the window. God, I really need to get fucked. Amy pressed her gloved hand against the window and sighed loudly. Fast! Chapter 3.
Yeah, moving along now.
Yeah. Sonic the Hedgehog paced nervously back and forth. The mood was tense as the Blue Wonder emanated an air of nervousness. It had been 2 days since Sonic had rescued Billy from his abusive classmates, and the two were now squatting in an abandoned mall several miles outside Tuscaloosa. Billy, tired and malnourished, kept his eyes fixed on the cerulean hero. As a nervous tick slunk down on his leg To his feet, his toes began tapping out a rhythmic tune in time with Sonic's manic pacing. A police siren wailed in the distance, and the two hit the ground. The noise soon passed, and then silence. Sonic slowly stood up. Oh man, what a drag! Can't believe we got the 5-0 on our tail. Jeez, what a bummer! Billy rolled onto his back and stared at the ceiling of the once occupied KB toy store that had now become his home. After the violence of the two miners had caused him concern, Sonic dragged Billy to his hideout. We're in this together, Billy, Sonic had screamed into the boy's face, eyes wide and hysterical. You're my boy now, Billy. You're my Tails. You're my accomplice. Billy hadn't known what he meant at the time. By the way.
You called it.
But now... What?
I said you called it. This is what you wanted. This is what you said. You were like, why aren't they hiding out? Well, guess what? They are.
Yeah, that's good. Billy hadn't known what that meant at the time. But now, with the statewide manhunt, hedgehog hunt taking place, there wasn't anywhere safe for the two fugitives. Tired, hungry, dehydrated, Billy slowly closed his eyes and whispered a silent prayer to the sky. End this. Sonic's ears pricked up, and the wails of the sirens completely disappeared. They're gone. It's time to go fast. Billy opened his eyes, numb to the words. Go fast to where, Sonic? The blue marsupial hopped around in the open space, clapping his hands off-beat, his eyes dilated, his mouth tinged with foam. Valentine's Day! It's Valentine's Day, Billy! Amy! Amy! I need to get Amy the best V-Day gift ever! Remember, Billy? Billy rode to his side and stared dead-eyed at Sonic. The speedster flung himself to the ground and met Billy's gaze, unblinking, unmoving. The two locked in a 1,000-yard stare for what seemed like hours. I know what you could give her, Sonic. The hedgehog twitched, his knuckles cracking as he flexed his gloved fingers rhythmically. What? What should I get her, Billy? Billy rolled away and faced the opposite direction. His low tone, his voice said, I'll tell you. He started, but you have to take me on a high-speed adventure. Will you go fast, Sonic? Will you help me go fast? Sonic flung himself upwards and laughed manically. Yes, I will, Billy. We gotta go fast. Fast! I've never noticed how much Sonic really seems like he's on drugs.
He sounds like a meth head, but this is his usual dialogue.
Yeah. Tell me and we'll go fast, Billy. I'll make you go fast. Billy slowly stood, his joints creaking as he flexed his emaciated muscles. I'll tell you once we're fast, Sonic. The blue hero grabbed Billy by the hand, gave a devilish grin, and set off like a bolt of lightning. Rivers, plains, forests, cities shot by. The pair of speedsters ripped across the continent, Billy in tow behind him. Sonic's gloved hand gripped Billy's hand tightly as he rounded corners and shot up mountains. Billy saw light, felt wind and electricity, leaned forward and whispered into Sonic's ear as the duo shot at Mach 5 across the USA.
I don't know how fast that is, actually, but...
It's the speed of a razor.
Oh, sweet.
And then there's a lot of ampersands. Dot, 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 dot.
Those are wordless, soundless words you cannot hear, Kim.
Okay, the words were eaten by the sound of the wind, rain, snow, and sun. Sonic smiled as Billy's relayed his perfect gift to him and increased his speed. Billy smiled, tears streaming past his cheeks as the wind tore at his eyes. His smile grew wider as he felt the hair on his scalp rip away. He gritted his teeth as his fingernails peeled away. Faster and faster, Sonic put the pedal to the metal and ripped across the state of Nevada at 760 miles per hour. Billy laughed, a soundless laugh existing only in a vacuum of wind and white noise, as the cerulean hedgehog tore a path to the California coast. Billy's skin wrinkled, shriveled, and then caught a flame. His clothes had disintegrated minutes ago. His form diminished with each second of high speed. A voiceless scream rang from his tattered corpse, and then everything stopped. Sonic laughed. The cool Bay Area breeze raked across his fur, and he breathed in heavily. Ah, the Bay. We're here, Billy. We're going to give Amy the best Valentine's Day ever. Sonic looked back at Billy and loosened his grip on Billy's hand, or what was left of Billy's hand. His grip loosened. A gnarled mound of bones that had once been Billy's hand fell to the ground. That's what all that remained of Billy. The rest had dissolved, diminished, and had been disseminated in Sonic's cross-country trek.
Maybe decimated.
Decimated, that's what it is. The smell of burnt flesh lingered around the gnarled knuckle. and a faint aura of what Billy had once been floated mid-air and then quickly vanished. Sonic looked down at the bone that had once been Billy's hand and raised his head to the sky. He laughed. Gotta go fast. Sonic walks toward the San Francisco Financial District. Somewhere, miles away, police sirens wailed. Final chapter.
I think do you think we'll finish the final chapter with this episode?
I think we will.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, I think we will.
All right, this is the finale.
All right, you guys. Final chapter. Amy watched from her apartment window as police cars filled the streets. A number of officers, holding long-range rifles, filled on top of the buildings across from her, sights transfixed on the chaos below. Amy's heart was racing. Sonic was coming. The pink hedgehog quickly shuffled around her apartment, rearranging furniture, spraying Febreze to hide the stink of sex. She quickly ran a brush through her quills and perfumed all her necessary nooks and crannies. Sonic was coming. After Robotnik had left, she received a call from the local police department. A cross-country manhunt had begun for the Blue Wonder following a grisly murder in Alabama, and heightened after the sighting in the Bay Area had been made. The remains of another missing child were found in the scene, where Sonic had been captured on closed-circuit television, or CCTV, as it's known in the story. They thought he might be coming to see a familiar face while in town. Amy was that familiar face. Sonic was coming. The scene outside continued to grow more and more intense. An hour had passed, another. Still no sign of the hedgehog. Amy pressed her hands against the window, overlooking the financial district. Valentine's Day was coming to a close. Then, Amy felt a soft breeze pass behind her. Hey, Ames, how's it shaking?
This guy's creepy.
Amy felt a chill run through her body. Not of fear, of excitement. Sonic's musk enveloped her, the smell of the wind, the rain, and chili dogs. Why? How are you here? The whole country's looking for you. Sonic ran a gloved hand down Amy's back. They do both wear gloves all the time.
They
It's
do,
very
yeah.
weird.
They wear like
Come
Mickey
on,
Mouse
Ames.
gloves, yeah.
You know I'm smarter than some pig. I snuck in here through the vents. I mean, hell. Right now they can't even see me because we have almost the same silhouette. That's very true.
Mm-hmm.
Amy smiled sheepishly. So, they don't know you're in here, huh? And they can't see you? Sonic's hand rested on Amy's hip as he drew her head closer. Not at all, he whispered. Not at all. Amy swallowed hard, thrill gripping her entire body. What? Then what are you doing here? If they see you, they'll shoot on sight. Well, Amy, he started, I'm going to give you your Valentine's Day present. Amy smiled to herself and raised her small miniskirt slowly from the back. I'm ready for it. Sonic thrust forward, pressing his body against hers. As his blue member penetrated the pink hedgehog, oh God, Amy moaned. As the window that she faced out fogged up. Across the street, the police snipers looked quizzically at Amy's apartment. The pink hedgehog was facing out from the windows and acting very strange. The two hedgehogs continued their salacious dance in front of the street full of ossifers and federal agents. Amy's moans grew louder and louder as Sonic's motions quickened, his erratic thrusts becoming more feral. In the heat of the moment, Amy bent over, and the police glimpsed Sonic. Code blue, the target is in the apartment. Amy stood back up as the couple continued their dance. Across the street, snipers trained their sights on Amy with hopes of catching Sonic in their line of sight. The target is not visible, obscured by pink hedgehog. Please advise. Amy and Sonic climbed towards climax. The two enmeshed in quills and sweat. Take the shot. But sir, pink hedgehog, take the shot. As Sonic and Amy reached their climax both at the same time, which I find unreasonable because Sonic is very selfish, a shot rang out across the financial district. The sniper had pulled the trigger and the bullet sped across the city gap, through Amy's window and through the pink hedgehog's head. Sonic, aligned behind Amy, slowly raised a hand to his forehead. Blood dripped down his palm. As he fingered the hole now in his head, Amy slumped towards the window, a smear of fluids and blood streaked across the glass. Sonic looked down at his once love and looked back across the street. Happy Valentine's Day, Ames. Several shots rang down as a dozen bullets pierced the window and hit Sonic. The cerulean hero fell backwards against the ground as broken glass fell to pedestrians below. His body crumpled, lay next to Amy. In their fetal positions, a bloody heart formed on the apartment. Target down. I repeat, target down. Good work. Live fast. Live fast. Die fast. The end.
Thank you, Kim.
That was beautiful.
Was it?
That was really nice.
Did you enjoy that, Kim?
Is that what she wanted?
It's like what Amy wanted for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, she get plowed until she died.
Yeah, I think that's, you know what, she, at this point, I assumed that she'd been fucking just everybody else because Sonic had turned into some sort of crazy meth head. And and you know what? What else is there? You're soulless, you're a millennial living in San Francisco's financial district? I mean, come on.
Do people live in the financial district?
They can. I had a friend who lived out there. There's like apartments, but they're like extremely expensive.
Well, yeah.
It's the financial district. It's called that for a reason.
Yeah, because all monies.
So that was my.
This game sucks.
Yeah, this game is really bad. I've been stuck on this one level for quite a while, but I've also just been paying attention to somebody read the thing that I wrote yesterday.
Yeah, this is good. This was like Stab, but like somebody else reads your stuff.
See, I told you. You can always do it.
You're
So
good at Stab.
if you were going to like write a fan fiction on something of interest to you, would it be Minecraft, Kim? What would it be?
I don't think it would be Minecraft because there's just not enough, like, I don't know enough of the lore of Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was going to write fan fiction, I don't know what it would be. Like, maybe it would be politically themed.
Okay.
Like vaguely politically themed, but then with like a set. Because I like the idea of like crossover. Because I think that's where most of my inspiration would come from.
So like a
is from
crossover, where like Bernie Sanders and Sonic the Hedgehog were hanging out. Possibly.
Right. Or like, rather than that, Bernie Sanders helps on the King's Quest. Or Bernie Sanders is in the game Civilization.
Okay.
And he's the America in the Civilization game.
He's the president of America in Civ.
Yeah.
I get it.
Exactly.
All right. Was that our time,
That would
Kim?
be mine. That's our time.
All right. Guys, thanks for hanging out for first potential experimental fan fiction Friday. If you like it, let us know, because I'm sure that Kim would love to write her Bernie Sanders themed video game fan fiction. And
oh yeah, totally.
I'm sure that Jojo would write something quite salacious if he has not
God,
already.
his would be so bad. Mine would be like Bernie puts his hand on like Cleopatra's leg.
But he's a gentleman,
She's like,
though.
Yeah, he is. He really is.
And he's married to Jane, which I looked up for
to
you.
Jane. Oh, thank you. And they have how many children?
I have no idea. That wasn't part of the story. It's
4.
a story full of
Levi,
drug.
and then her 3 kids.
4? Jesus, man.
Well, they don't have any. They're a mixed family. She had 3, and he had 1.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, they're kind of the Brady Bunch. Also, congratulations to Bernie Sanders for winning the New Hampshire primary, and people are really bending over backwards to try to not talk about him, and I love it.
Yeah, it's extremely transparent. It is hilarious.
They're like, well, if you add Pete's votes and Amy's votes together, they actually beat him.
I saw that. It's like if they formed some sort of Voltron, then yeah, he'd be beat right now. That'd be it.
Yeah, but that's not how that works. Okay, you guys. Well,
right.
If you want to hear more about my opinions on Bernie Sanders, tune in next time.
Yeah, tune into any episode that Kim is going to be on.
Ever.
All right, bye.
Bye.